Go interactive with X-Ray, where we bring trading experts to you live in the platform. Choose sessions, watch live market analysis, and catch up on your favorite market insights anytime. Ask questions and go one-to-one with leading experts on gold, oil, FX, crypto, indices, and equities. X-Ray, your very own analysis team, right at your fingertips. That's higher trading from MarketsX. Discover how some of the top executives are trading their own companies with our Insider Trades tool. See who's been buying or selling stock and what their trades say about insider sentiment. Use this unique big data tool to make more informed stock trades. That's higher trading from MarketsX.
Boom, and we're live. What's happening, people? Good morning, Europe, and welcome everyone to our live stream. My name is Andrew, and for the last 10 years, I've worked in many retail and institutional Forex brokerages in Europe. Join me in this amazing journey and find out the hidden corners of Forex trading and find out what most Forex brokers don't want you to know. Good morning, everyone, and happy Wednesday, people, and what a Wednesday it is. Here's what's happening in the markets today, 2nd of December, 2020. Great news coming from UK. Pfizer and BioNTech Vaccine is approved for use in UK, and UK becomes the first Western European country to approve the Covid-19 vaccine. Stimulus measures are back in focus after Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell and Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin sent encouraging messages about this topic yesterday at the press conference in Washington, D.C. And Bitcoin, everyone's favorite, guys, settles for now at the $19,000 mark after an aggressive whipsaw movement yesterday when it missed the all-time high just by a few dollars. And in case you missed the announcement, guys, we are broadcasting live on our new YouTube channel. You can find the link in the description down below. If you like what you see, like, share, subscribe, and support us in delivering more great content. This show is proudly sponsored by our partners at markets.com. European markets opening coming up. Good morning, lovely people. We start the day with a great news. Happy Wednesday once again. Pfizer and BioNTech vaccines have been approved in the United Kingdom, and Britain became the first Western European country to approve the vaccine and has already ordered 40 million doses, of which 10 million are expected to be available this year. More news on this topic in the upcoming hours. Moving on, the Fed Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell and the Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin sent encouraging messages yesterday regarding the stimulus measures, sending the U.S. indices to record highs once again. The talks will continue today, this afternoon, when Powell has another press conference. In other news, guys, busy day in the economic calendar. Bear with me for just a second. Let me bring the economic calendar on the screen. There we go. Busy day in the economic calendar, guys, with the unemployment data in the Eurozone to be announced today at lunchtime, GMT +2, followed by a number of important data on the US dollar, such as ADP non-farm employment change at 3:15 GMT +2, and Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell testifies again today at 1700 hours GMT +2, and shortly after that we will have the crude oil inventories data. Let's not forget that this week we have the non-farm payroll data coming out on Friday, guys. Big week for the US dollar, big week for Europe, and big week for UK as England becomes the first country in the world to approve the vaccines. Let's have a quick look at the economic calendar, guys, and see where we are today. We started nice and early after midnight with a GDP, gross domestic product, that was announced on the Aussie dollar, which came out positive, way better than consensus had expected. We had the German retail sales at 9 o'clock, 1 hour ago, guys, which came out again 2.6% versus an expectation of only 1.2% from consensus. We had the CPI data from on the Swiss franc, which came out 0.2%, 1 point lower than what consensus had predicted. And there we go, guys. At lunchtime today, GMT plus 2, we're going to have the unemployment rate announcement in the Eurozone, which is expected to increase slightly from the previous 8.3%. 8.4% is what the analysts are predicting for the unemployment numbers in the Eurozone. Let's see, we're only 3 hours away from that. Let's see how the numbers will come out. Good outlook on the European currencies today, on the euro and the pound as well, which are expected to push higher. But we're going to get to the trading signals in a minute. At 3:15, guys, we're going to have ADP non-farm employment change, which usually is a good indicator for the non-farm payroll numbers that will be announced on Friday. So keep an eye on that, guys. Later on today, we're going to have FOMC member Williams having a press conference. ECB's Lane, again, is having a press conference at 4 o'clock. Both press conferences start in the same time. And from 4 o'clock, guys, we're going to have a series of announcements on the US dollar. The testimony of Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell will happen at 5 o'clock GMT plus 2. And 30 minutes after that, we're going to have the crude oil inventories and the Cushing crude oil inventories data. We're going to have another FOMC meeting at 2000 hours GMT plus 2, where member Williams will have a press conference. This is what is happening. Oh, and let's not forget that 2100 hours US is showing their beige book. Now, let's have a quick look at a very interesting article that came out half an hour ago. European stock markets are seen opening lower today, consolidating after recent strong gains, although hopes for more U.S. fiscal stimulus as well as the COVID-19 vaccine expectations continue to provide support for the markets. There will be a particular focus on the UK market after British regulators said they had approved the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine for use and would begin distribution next week. Next week, guys, as soon as next week, hopefully UK will have a vaccine, and hopefully the entire Europe will have a vaccine starting next week. At 2 a.m. Eastern Time, DAX futures in Germany traded lower 0.1%. CAC 40 futures in France dropped 0.1% as well. And the FTSE 100 futures in the UK fell 0.2%. The major averages posted strong gains Tuesday, the first day of December, with the FTSE 100 closing up 1.9%, the CAC 40 up 1.1%, and the DAX gaining 0.7%, continuing the previous month's sharp move higher. Now, a bipartisan group of U.S. lawmakers unveiled a $908 billion stimulus plan yesterday. Although Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell quickly killed the proposal, the fact a new plan is back on the table has investors hopeful for a new package in the near future. In Europe, both Pfizer and Moderna have sought emergency approval of their vaccine candidates from the European regulator, suggesting these vaccines could be launched in the European Union as early as this month. That is great news for Europe, guys. Great news. German retail sales rebounded in October, climbing 2.6% on the month, although this figure won't take in the recent restrictions to try and curb the second surge of the COVID-19 virus. Additionally, negotiations from both the European Union and Britain are rushing to strike a post-Brexit trade deal before the end of the week, with fishing rights seen as the main obstacle remaining. Very close, guys. Very good news from UK. Very good news in the entire Europe. With the vaccine, we saw COVID numbers going down for a tiny bit in the last couple of days around Europe. So we are positive, guys, that this is the start of the end, basically, for this COVID-19 pandemic that sent world economies into turmoil this year. Oil prices fell this morning, weighted by a surprise increase in crude inventories in the U.S., as well as uncertainty over whether a group of leading producers will maintain current supply levels going into the new year. Industry data from the American Petroleum Institute late yesterday showed U.S. crude inventories rose by 4.1 million barrels last week, compared with expectations for a draw of 2.3 million this week. Official data are due later in Wednesday's session. Now, we were supposed to have the OPEC Plus meeting, guys, in the last couple of days, but OPEC and the OPEC Plus members could not agree, especially UAE and Russia, if I'm not mistaken. So they delayed it to Thursday. This release emerged after OPEC and its allies, a group known as OPEC Plus, had postponed to Thursday a decision over the level of next year's supply, raising concerns that pressure is growing within the group to raise output despite the current weak overall demand. U.S. crude futures traded 0.7% lower at 44.25 a barrel, while the international benchmark contract fell 0.5% to 47.19. Right, this is what is happening this morning, guys. Negative opening for the European indices. But I'll tell you what. How about this? We're coming back live in 30 seconds, guys, with the charts of the day and the signals of the day. I'm going to try and help you with some signals from investing.com this morning. What do you say? Stay tuned. We're coming back live in 30 seconds.
Discover how some of the top executives are trading their own companies with our Insider Trades tool. See who's been buying or selling stock and what their trades say about insider sentiment. Use this unique big data tool to make more informed stock trades. That's higher trading from MarketsX.
There we go, guys. We are back with the charts of the day. Very good morning, everyone. I can see some people joining us as we speak right now. Guys, good morning. Welcome. If you have any questions, if you're struggling with anything, type your comments, type your questions. Let me know what you're struggling with, and I'll do my best to help. Now, let's have a quick look at crude oil futures, guys, which are currently trading at 44.41 a barrel after a sharp drop overnight. We saw the price coming down, testing the 200 moving average to the downside, and the price got rejected by that 200 MA. Short rally in the last 2-3 hours for crude oil WTI futures. We might see oil dropping even further today, as no news, nothing is happening regarding the OPEC and OPEC Plus meeting, which it was delayed till tomorrow, till Thursday. So not a lot of positive sentiment around oil this morning, but we're gonna have a look at the signals. RSI turned around at somewhere around the 50% mark. Stochastic is still pointing upwards, but it's still very, very early to say, guys, what is happening with these with oil prices. Let's move on to the most traded currency pair in the world, guys, the Euro USD, which is currently trading at 120.64 after a fantastic rally yesterday on the US trading session and overnight on the Asian trading session. 120.64 for Euro USD this morning. RSI Stochastic are turning around as we speak from the overbought levels. A tiny correction is expected this morning on the euro, guys. We might see the euro coming down and testing the 20 moving averages at 120.50, and let's take it from there. If all good, it's going to turn around and continue the uptrend. If not, it might come even lower to the 120.13 and test the 50 moving average to the downside. Now, let's move on to the pound, guys, which dropped sharply overnight. It's currently trading at 133.61 versus the US dollar. Again, we see that 200 moving average, which keeps the price from dropping below 133.37. So far, looking at the chart, guys, we can see the pound in a very good uptrend, and we can see the average highs and the average lows. So this news will definitely weigh heavily that UK has approved the Pfizer vaccine and the BioNTech vaccine. So let's see where the pound will go today. It is expected to trade sharply higher, though, as the price got rejected by that 200 MA, and the markets are still in an uptrend. Let's move on to USD JPY, guys, which pushed slightly higher in the last 3-4 hours. 104.58 for USD JPY this morning. RSI Stochastic are in the overbought levels as things stand right now. Let's see what's going to happen. If things will continue like this, probably traders will set their first take profit level to the upside at around the 104.80, 104.81 levels, trying to grab a few points from this upward movement from USD JPY. The Aussie dollar, guys, tanked a bit overnight, 0.7375 for the Aussie dollar versus the US dollar this morning. However, the price is still well supported by the 20 and the 50 moving average. RSI Stochastic turned around, pointing downwards. Let's see. Probably worst case scenario, if the Aussie dollar pushes lower today, we're going to see a retest of that 200 MA to the downside at 0.7349, which is about 30 points away from the current market price. USD CAD, on the other hand, guys, is still in a downtrend. 129.42 for the USD CAD this morning, with RSI stochastic somewhere in between overbought and oversold levels, still undecided of the direction of the market. Now, we can see a retest of the 20 moving average to the upside from USD CAD. Let's see what's going to happen. We keep an eye on that 50 MA at 129.59 and see if the US dollar will go all the way up there and take it from there. Quick look at the US dollar index, guys, which is currently trading at 91.308. As things stand right now, we see a retest to the upside of that 20 moving average, although the US dollar index, as you can see, guys, is still in a downtrend since the 4th of November. Yeah, so almost a month of downtrend for the US dollar index. There you go, guys. This is how financial markets work. Yeah, when currency pairs go into an uptrend or a downtrend or a ranging market, they tend to stay there for a while. Now, we see the US dollar dropping for a month. Let's see, maybe the stimulus measures will give the US dollar a bit of hope. However, see it this way, guys. A very weak US dollar means very good exports for US. And in times like this, when the world economies are almost at their lows, then countries need to boost their economies. And boosting their economies can happen in many ways, but two ways come into my mind right now. One, weak currency, so you can boost exports. All right. Two, very low interest rates, so you encourage people to borrow money from the banks and expand their businesses, or just borrow money and spend it, like many people do. So we might see the US dollar continuing the downtrend for a bit longer, guys. But if the US dollar goes down, that can only mean one thing. Gold futures are going up, guys. Gold is trading higher than yesterday. $1,817 as things stand right now for gold. A very good push yesterday on the US trading session. Gold took a pause during the Asian trading session overnight. You can see it there. And now we see the 200 moving average acting as a ceiling for the price, literally keeping the gold price from breaking that 1817 level that we see right now. If the candlesticks manage to break that level and they will settle higher, if we're going to see the candlestick formations like this one, for example, settling higher above the 200 moving average, then we might see a very nice rebound on gold futures. Now, quick look at Brent oil futures, or UK oil, or the European oil, guys. 47.37 for Brent oil futures this morning. Again, after a retest overnight of that 200 MA to the downside at 46.70 and a rebound. We can see Brent oil futures trading higher for the last 4 or 5 hours. Let's see what's going to happen. We see that 50 MA at the upside at 47.49, which acts again like a ceiling. And overall, the overall movement from technical analysis point of view, yeah, we see a tiny downtrend starting on oil that started on the 25th of November. And since then, oil keeps creating lower lows. Yeah, and lower highs. And now let's have a quick look at everyone's favorite, guys, the Bitcoin, the good almighty Bitcoin, the EFI Bitcoin, which gave everyone a bit of a headache in the last week or so with these aggressive whipsaw movements, which even though we're used to them by now, or some of us are used to these movements right now, very difficult. $19,221 for Bitcoin this morning, guys, with RSI stochastic pointing upwards. The price still well supported by the 200 moving average. Positive movement for Bitcoin in the last 4 or 5 hours. Go on, Bitcoin. Are we going to see the 20,000 level reached today? Yesterday, it was only a few dollars short of reaching the all-time high, and then it decided to do a very aggressive whipsaw movement. Let's see what's going to happen. Still, the prospects are very good on Bitcoin, guys. Then Ethereum, again, $597 for Ethereum after yesterday it traded as low as $577. So Ethereum gained $20 overnight, guys. Again, the same whipsaw movement that happened on Bitcoin as well. We can see on Ethereum charts, on a 60-minute chart. Yeah, the price is still well supported, very well supported by that 200 MA at 563. And the 50 and the 20 MA give us a bit of hope that we might see Ethereum pushing higher, pushing back up to $628 as it did yesterday. Yeah, RSI stochastic still pointing upwards, so it's still good, at least as things stand right now. Let's have a quick look at some trading signals, guys. I'm trying to help you with some trading signals. If you need more trading signals, if you need a trading platform that is very user-friendly and very, very intuitive, and that provides you a ton of trading signals every day, including the sources, try our partners from markets.com, guys. They have an amazing trading platform. All you have to do is go on their website on markets.com, open a demo account and test their signals and see what's going on. Very, very good signals and a very good looking trading platform. Now, Euro USD, guys, strong sell on 5-minute and 15-minute charts shortly after the European opening this morning. The daily remains a strong buy. GBP USD, 3 strong sell on the first 3 time frames. The daily remains a buy. So probably you're going to see a bit of a pullback from the euro and the pound after the fantastic rally they both had yesterday. And let's see, maybe in a couple of hours they will change direction, going where they should go after all this amazing news that is around the European currency this morning. USD JPY, we see strong buy positions on a 5-minute, 15 minutes, and hourly. USD CHF, strong buy on a 5-minute and a 15-minute. AUD USD, strong buy on all 4 time frames versus the US dollar. The euro, supposedly, 4 strong buy on versus the pound. Yeah, so the euro is supposed to strengthen versus the pound this morning. At least that's how investing.com's analysts see things right now. Euro CHF, strong sell on a 5-minute and 15-minute chart. GBP JPY, strong sell on 5-minute, 15 minutes, and hourly. And the GBP CHF, strong sell and sell on all 4 time frames. Guys, allow the markets to settle. It's very, very unlikely to think that after all this good news, the European currencies can drop massively today. But let's see. We have a few announcements in the economic calendar, guys. We're going to have unemployment numbers in the Eurozone, which are expected to rise a bit as the COVID pandemic locked down Europe, almost all the countries in Europe the previous month. So let's have a look at commodities this morning and see how analysts at investing.com see commodities this morning. Gold and silver, guys, strong buy on first 3 time frames. Very positive sentiment on gold and silver, which could mean that the dollar index, guys, and the US dollar, USD CHF and USD CAD might drop today. So give the markets a bit of chance to settle after the European opening. Copper is set in a strong sell on 5 minutes and 15 minutes. We see Brent oil on a strong buy, guys. Brent oil has a strong buy on all 4 time frames. Yeah, so the UK oil, the European oil, crude oil WTI again entered the strong buy on a 5-minute and 15-minute chart. The daily remains a strong buy as well. Right, why is oil going up when OPEC is delaying the meeting? I don't know, but anyway, it's not my job to know. It's my job to show you the news. Natural gas, strong sell on 3 time frames. The daily remains a strong buy. And US wheat, guys, goes into 4 sell positions this morning. Quick look at the European indices, guys, after the European opening. And then I'll let you go for today. And I'll come back to see you at 4:30, guys, GMT +2, to ring the bell for the US markets open. FTSE 100. Shy, but still all green. 4 green for FTSE 100 this morning. The daily remains a strong buy. We might see the UK's index trading higher today. CAC 40 and the DAX, guys, entered a strong sell on 5 minutes, 15 minutes, and hourly as things stand right now, even though the daily remains a buy. But what are we looking for? We're looking for at least 3 of a kind. Yeah, if we can't get 4 of a kind on the trading signals, at least 3 of a kind. Euro Stoxx 50 open to the downside this morning with 3 strong positions on the first 3 time frames. The daily remains a strong buy. A lot of red on the charts, guys. A lot of red. WIG 20, guys. Strong buy on WIG 20 if you like your indices. If your brokerage provides you that index to trade on. 4 green, strong buy. Now, what else do we have? OMXC 20 strong sell, the Nordic index, strong sell, 3 red, 4 red on OMXC 20. Right, this is what's happening, guys. Very interesting market opening this morning. I was expecting a bit more from the markets, and I'm sure so did you. But we just started, guys. So once the markets settle, which usually takes 45 minutes, 1 hour, maybe 2 hours after the markets open, then currencies and commodities and indices should take the right direction for the day. This is it from my side, guys. Join me again at 4:30 GMT plus 2 to ring the bell with me for the US markets open. Until then, remember to trade responsibly and may all your trades be in the money.